You've likely heard about Galileo, Newton, and Copernicus. But what about al-Biruni, Ibn Sina, or al-Khwarizmi? If those names don't ring a bell, you're missing a monumental piece of the scientific puzzle. Join us as we journey through time to explore how Islamic scholarship ignited the spark that became early modern science. Between the 8th and 14th centuries, during what's sometimes called the Islamic Golden Age, Muslim scholars across the Middle East, North Africa, and Spain preserved, translated, and critically expanded on ancient knowledge from Greece, Persia, India, and beyond. This wasn't just a cultural moment, it was a scientific revolution in its own right. It started in places like the House of Wisdom in Baghdad, where scholars translated major works of Plato, Aristotle, and Ptolemy into Arabic. But they didn't just copy, they corrected, critiqued, and built upon the ideas. This was the beginning of a rigorous scientific tradition that would later influence Europe's Renaissance and Enlightenment. Take al-Khwarizmi, often called the father of algebra. His book, the Kitab al-Mukhtasar fi Hisab al-Jabr wal-Muqabala, introduced systematic solutions to linear and quadratic equations. In fact, the very word algebra comes from al-Jabr in his book's title. Then there's Ibn Sina, or Avicenna. His canon of medicine was a standard medical text in Europe for over 600 years. He pioneered clinical trials, quarantine methods, and even early psychology. Al-Biruni was a polymath who calculated the Earth's radius with astonishing accuracy using trigonometry, centuries before Europeans confirmed it. He also questioned the geocentric model, hinting at heliocentric ideas well before Copernicus. And Ibn al-Haytham, also known as al-Hassan, was the true pioneer of the scientific method. He emphasized experimentation and empirical observation in optics, laying the groundwork for modern physics and the way we do science today. Muslim civilizations built libraries, observatories, and universities centuries before similar institutions became widespread in Europe. From Cordoba to Cairo, access to education was highly valued. Science was seen as a form of worship, a way to understand the order of God's universe. Much of this knowledge traveled to Europe through Al-Andalus, Muslim Spain, and Sicily. Scholars like Gerard of Cremona translated Arabic works into Latin, directly influencing European thinkers. Without this bridge, the Renaissance would have looked very different and possibly arrived much later. So, while names like Newton and Galileo deserve their fame, they stood on the shoulders of giants from the Islamic world. Science didn't just happen in Europe. It was a global, multicultural relay of ideas. And the Islamic Golden Age was a critical leg in that race. Now that you know, how will you tell the story differently?
Subscribe to The History Code for more truths. Decoded.